Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Bay Area Sports Afternoon, and I with me, Mauricio Stillman. It's Friday, May 6th, 2022. Today is special day. Tonight's special night is to say hey kid, happy Willie number 91 years old. Let's take a look on this one. Let's take a look. Birthday cake.
Mays is going to be a great ball player.
Willie Mays just brought this song to his feet with a catch which must have been an optical illusion to a lot of people.
I want to be the Willie Mays of medicine.
The best player that I've ever seen, no question in my mind. I rate Mays the best all-around player I ever saw.
There you go. And now, happy Willie Mays' birthday. And now it's time for Monty Larry's greatest game in Giants franchise history. Let's go back to May the 8th, up 2005, and then May 8th of 2011, for many years ago. Let's take a look on this one. Let's take a look.
With another great game in Giants franchise. Fans, this is Marty Lurie with another great game in Giants franchise history. In this one, we're going to go back to May 8th of 2005. The game is at San Francisco. Not sure what they're calling the ballpark in those days, probably AT&T Park. And it's Mother's Day. There's 36,903 in the stands. And the Giants entertain the Washington Nationals. Now, it's a 6-game homestand. The Giants go 2-4 in the homestand, and the only win in this series against Washington is the one you're going to hear today, which has a very interesting twist to it at the end and highlights a very, very enjoyable player, Omar Vizquel. On this homestand, the Giants ended up losing 2-3 to Pittsburgh as well. To start this one off on Mother's Day,
I chose this role. I'm happy. It wasn't easy, obviously, to leave the competitive side. I'm going to miss the competition like crazy. It was strange, the first night game here, but I'm still around the guys, and I'm looking forward to trying to help players get better in the organization, win games.
They're Papa and Mud, Monday morning at 10 on KNDR 104.5 at 6/8. The Sports Leader. Sports Leader. His energy endless. His goals limitless, and his perseverance infectious.
I love this game, and I love the sport, and I love these players.
Giants pregame now brings you the manager, Gabe Kapler.
I just respect the hell out of a team-first mentality. I've never seen it like this.
Sponsored by Xfinity Mobile. Find out new ways to save and always stay connected with Xfinity Mobile. Your wireless, your rules. And by your Northern California Honda dealers. For more info, ask anyone who owns a Honda or visit NorCalHondaDealers.com. On your home of the orange and black, KNBR 104.5 at 6/8, the Sports Leader.
It's Friday here in San Francisco. It's the Giants and the Cardinals, and it's our chance to catch up with the Giants manager, Gabe Kapler. Another day with a lot of news. You got some moves.
For Ari, talk about this. So, what are you giving the thoughts about that? Give me the thoughts about it's Giants versus Giants and then the Marlins game 2 on this 4-game weekend series. I'm just remember this Kapler's give it to the Giants. So, let's take a look on this day in the greatest game in Giants franchise history. Here is Marty Lurie.
with another. Fans, this is Marty Lurie with another great game in Giants franchise history. In this one, we're going to go back to May 8th of 2005. The game is at San Francisco. Not sure what they're calling the ballpark in those days, probably AT&T Park. And it's Mother's Day. There's 36,903 in the stands. And the Giants entertain the Washington Nationals. Now, it's a 6-game homestand. The Giants go 2-4 in the homestand. And the only win in this series against Washington is the one you're going to hear today, which has a very interesting twist to it at the end and highlights a very, very enjoyable player, Omar Vizquel. On this homestand, the Giants ended up losing 2-3 to Pittsburgh as well. to start this one off on Mother's Day of May 8th of 2005. Now, 2005, Giants end up 75-87 and come in third in the National League West. Esteban Loaiza is on the hill for Washington, and Kirk Reeder, the winningest lefty in Giants history, San Francisco Giants history, is the pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. All right, here's the lineup for the Washington Nationals. I almost call them the Expos at this point. Wilkerson leads off, Jamie Carroll second, Jose Guillen hits third, Vinny Castilla fourth, Nick Johnson, remember him, first baseman, then Jeffrey Hammonds, Christian Guzman is the shortstop, Gary Bennett the catcher, and Loaiza the right-hander on the hill. For the Giants, and we're going to feature Omar Vizquel in this one. He's at short. Alfonso's at third. Michael Tucker in center field. Alou in right. Felice in left field. Negro is at first base. Torrealba's doing the catching. Davy Cruz is at second. And Kirk Reeder on the mound. So we've got 36,903. I'm sure it's a gorgeous Sunday, Mother's Day at AT&T Park. All right, here's the way it goes. In the Washington first, a two-out home run by Guillen makes it 1-0. The Giants tied up in the third on a double by Cruz. Reeder a sacrifice, and Vizquel grounds out but gets the RBI, and the Giants tied up 1-1. In the Washington fifth, they go up 2-1. Guillen a sacrifice fly. In the Giants fifth, two-out single by Vizquel. Torrealba scores, and it's 2-2. Omar Vizquel, by the way, in his career, Omar Vizquel, 24 years, 2,877 hits. He was with the Giants from 2005 through 2008, and he was a free agent. He came to the Giants November 16th of 2004. All right, so we've got this 2-2 game. In the Washington seventh, Tucker makes an error, lets Carroll score, and Washington goes up 3-2. In the Giants eighth, here comes Omar Vizquel again with a base hit. Alfonso with a double makes it 3-3. The game then is one of those games back and forth. Nothing happens. No one can break through until the Giants' 13th inning. This is a nail-biter. It ends up going 4 full hours, and this is in 2005. If the 13th-inning game was played today, it would probably be 5 hours. But in the Giants' 13th, Ellison gets a single off of John Rauch. Ellison a single off of John Rauch. A wild pitch sends him to second. And here he comes. Omar Vizquel comes up again. A double, an RBI.
RBIs. Take a look on this one. And this one. And this one. And here it comes. Omar Vizquel comes out again. Take a look. Take a look on this one, and this one. Take a look on this one.
Then is one of those games back and forth. Nothing happens. No one can break through until the Giants' 13th inning. This is a nail-biter. It ends up going 4 full hours, and this is in 2005. If the 13th-inning game was played today, it would probably be 5 hours. But in the Giants' 13th, Ellison gets a single off of John Rauch. Ellison a single off of John Rauch. A wild pitch sends him to second. And here he comes. Omar Vizquel comes up again. A double, an RBI.
Rauch looks to second, the 1-1. And Vizquel not bunting. He swings and lines one towards right field. Coming over Guillen, and he takes a terrible angle. It soars over his head, goes all the way to the wall in Triples Alley. That's going to allow Ellison to come around third. He will score, and the Giants have won it in the 13th.
And the Giants win this one 4-3 in 13 innings. What an exciting game. For Omar Vizquel, he's 38 years old. 3 for 6 in the game with a run and 3 RBIs, 5 putouts and 5 assists. And the Giants end up winning this one 4-3 in 13 innings. 4-12-1 for the Giants, 3-11-0 for the Nationals. They leave 11 on base. The Giants leave 6 on base. Christensen ends up getting the win. Remember him, the big left-hander? And John Rauch takes the loss for the Washington Nationals. But this is one to really enjoy Omar Vizquel. we always think about his defense, but he can swing the bat a little bit. And this is one of those games that he did, and the Giants got the win because of him. National League Gold Glover in 05 and 06. American League Gold Glover in 93 through 01. 24 years in the big leagues. As I say, 2,877 hits. He was a pleasure. He was a pleasure to be around, to get to know, and he will leave an everlasting mark as one of the great shortstops in San Francisco Giants history. So that's another great game. May 8th, 2005, the Giants beat Washington 4-3, featuring someone who should be a Hall of Famer, and that is Omar Vizquel. We'll be back again with another great game.
All right, another great game. All right, that's another great game in Giants franchise history. Here it is. We're gonna go back 2005. You know, but you guys are the same because let's go back to 2011.
Baseball is full of 100-year-old traditions. Just like baseball, Gelati Construction is full of 100-year-old traditions too. Ones the company still lives by and practices today. Now it's time for the greatest games in Giants history. Brought to you by Gelati Construction Company.
Marty Lurie here with Chris Haft of MLB.com as we look at another great game in Giants franchise history. Chris, on this one, we're going to go back to Mother's Day of May 8th, 2011. Now, Mother's Day is a very special day in baseball, not only because we celebrate the wonderful contributions that mothers make to the game of baseball, but the year before in the Bay Area, Dallas Braden had pitched a perfect game on Mother's Day for the Oakland A's. Well, on this day of May 8th, 2011, it's the Giants against the Colorado Rockies right here at AT&T Park. 42,132 celebrating just a beautiful day at the ballpark. Of course, it is a Sunday.
More lucrative offer from the Dodgers for game last year.
First inning, the Rockies. Dexter Fowler grounds out to Netta, Ian Stewart, and De La Rosa. For the Giants, this is 2011 now. Aaron Rowand, Fred. Before in the Bay Area, Dallas Braden had pitched a perfect game on Mother's Day for the Oakland A's. Well, on this day of May 8th, 2011, it's the Giants against the Colorado Rockies right here at AT&T Park. 42,132 celebrating just a beautiful day at the ballpark. Of course, it is a Sunday. It's the Rockies and the Giants. The matchup, Ryan Vogelsong. It's a very special day for Vogelsong. It'll be his first start coming back to San Francisco after the Giants signed him in spring training. He went to AAA. Fresno, the injury to Zito, he came up, won a game, but this is now his first start at AT&T Park, and the fans are very excited.
The fans were excited, Marty. They knew of more lucrative offer from the Dodgers to sign with them.
Netta, Ian Stewart, and De La Rosa.
More lucrative offer from the Dodgers to sign with them and more opportunity with the Dodgers. I mean, the Giants had their rotation full, but things worked out for number 32.
Well, they sure did. All right, the lineups that day. Dexter Fowler, Jonathan Herrera, Carlos Gonzalez, Tulowitzki, Jason Giambi, Seth Smith, Iannetta, Ian Stewart, and De La Rosa. For the Giants, this is 2011 now. Aaron Rowand, Freddie Sanchez, Mike Fontenot hitting third, Chris at short, Posey at first, Burrell in left, Cody Ross in right, Tejada at third base, Eli Whiteside catching Vogelsong that day. Fourth. For game 1, 2, 3. The game continues on, and Chris, you go to the fourth inning, it's 12 up and 12 down for the Colorado Rockies. 12 up and 12 down through the top of the fourth. And the Giants bottom of the fourth. And there's a buzz in the crowd around Vogelsong, even through the fourth inning. Posey hits a fly ball to right. Pat Burrell, who did so many things for the Giants, he gets a double. Cody Ross, a base hit. Giants are now up 1-0. Tejada pops to short, and Eli Whiteside catching that day flies out to right. All right, so that's through 4 innings. The Giants lead at 1-0. Rockies fifth. 15 up, 15 down. We go to the Rockies 6. It's still 1-0 Giants. Chris Iannetta, the light-hitting catcher, breaks up the perfect game with a base hit, and the crowd sort of moans and groans a little bit. Stewart flies to right. De La Rosa sacrifices Iannetta to second, but Vogelsong comes back to strike out Dexter Fowler. So 6 in the books. The Giants are leading 1-0, and the crowd is buzzing about Vogelsong.
The crowd may have been buzzing about Vogelsong, but Marty, the one person who probably didn't notice it was Vogelsong himself. He was a master of concentration. 2 days before games, Marty, he would stop talking to the media, stop chit-chatting. He got his game face on 48 hours in advance. So I'm sure in this game, as each of those outs just sailed by, it really didn't affect his intensity at all. He just remained rock solid pretty much throughout, no matter what was going on with him in the game.
He even got a hit. He led off the third inning with a double. Giants couldn't get him around. All right, we go to the bottom of the sixth now. Fondo strikes out. Posey walks. Burrell strikes out. And Cody Ross, Chris, hits his first home run of the year.
Posey takes off the pitch. Fastball is swung on and hit high and deep to left center. On its way. It's gone. A home run into left center field for Cody Ross.
Oh, there you go. There you go, man.
Ball history, just to put it in perspective, it's the last game that Milton Bradley ever plays in the major leagues, and also it's the day that Gregor Blanco gets traded from the Kansas City Royals to the Washington Nationals, and he eventually becomes a Giant the next year. But this day belonged to Ryan Vogelsong, Chris, and it's one of those days that we're happy to bring you this.
2011, the Giants end up 86 and 76. 2 games up behind the Arizona, 5 games back behind the Arizona. Alright, this is 2011 now. Aaron Lowen, Cody lost.
Giants history, especially at this park. It was really one of the more emotional moments. It was not a postseason game, for just a regular season game. Also on that date in baseball history, just to put it in perspective, it's the last game that Milton Bradley ever plays in the major leagues, and also it's the day that Gregor Blanco gets traded from the Kansas City Royals to the Washington Nationals, and he eventually becomes a Giant the next year. But this day belonged to Ryan Vogelsong, Chris, and it's one of those days that we're happy to bring you the summary of that and to hear from everybody who talks about Ryan Vogelsong. So that's another great game in Giants franchise history.
Dating back to 1914, Gelati Construction started with a group of devoted employees working hard to build an enterprise. Over the last 100 years, the number of achievements and completed projects are too numerous to name, but several stand out as examples of the excellent teamwork, engineering expertise, quality of craftsmanship, and attention to detail that have become hallmarks of Gelati Construction Company. Gelati Construction Company, celebrating over 100 years of history and general engineering experience.
Okay, so that's it for another great game of Giant franchise history. Quick, Cardinals Giants. Sharks season's over with. We'll see you next year for the Sharks. Now, I can't thank you enough for the great year for the Sharks. Bottom of your heart. See you next year, Sharks. So now, Giants and the A's and the Warriors play a game all weekend long for Mother's Day. And that's about it for today and this week. Enjoy the Mother's Day to your mom. We will see you next week. I tell them, this is Brandon Barry Sports. Sad to do another me. If you like the 2022 Barry Sports, see you next time. Oh, Ashri. So, so how about this one? At the end of May, we'll talk about the Barry Sports morning, afternoon, at night. Start time in June. Tuesday, Thursday, right here. Hang out with myself, Austin Wells. See you next week with Austin Wells for the next couple of days. So we'll see you in June. I'll be back in June with a couple of weeks off at the end for the rest of May until June. See you in June. Until then, June sweet, June swoo. June was sweet. See you in June. Until then, eat up at 2022 Barry Sports. See you next time. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Happy Mother's Day. Ciao.